Alright y'all, so I'm on daddy duties today. This video is kind of different from our usual videos. My boy Greg just sent me this clip, so I'm gonna react to it. I seen like the first 15 seconds. I just want to hear the whole thing and then we gonna talk about it. Alright? Say what's up, baby girl. Say what's up, baby girl. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. She ain't with it. She being shy, but she been da. Okay, I get it. Okay, we ain't talking today. We ain't talking today.
Recently, a voice memo went viral on TikTok in which a man was telling a woman he went on one date with that he knows she's reluctant about physical intimacy at this time, but if he does show up at her house for a second date, he would be hoping to get physically intimate because he wants to assess sexual compatibility. And that if she's not interested in that, maybe it would be best for them to end things now. Let me just play the voice memo in question before I go any further.
I had a good time tonight. Definitely think you are lovely. However, I would love to, if we're going to go to your place on Thursday, I mean, I am looking to have that physical intimacy to see if, like, I am sexually compatible with you. So, like, if I'm going to come over, like, I would be hoping to, like, hook up, have sex, have a good time, have, like, that romantic spark and that physical spark there for my own sake, because it's hard for me to continue dating someone and seeing them if I don't know if I'm sexually compatible. So I know you said I don't know about that.
This is word gymnastics. This is word gymnastics. My boy Greg sent me this clip and he was like, hey bro, do you agree with what the girl is saying? So we haven't gotten to what the girl said yet, right? Psychology with Dr. Anna. We haven't gotten to what Dr. Anna said yet. But from my perspective, this is word gymnastics. He is trying to manipulate her out her drawer. I know some of y'all is going to be like, he's keeping it real and he's setting a boundary or whatever. No, it's the words that he's using.
So, like, I guess my thing is like, what would be the point of me coming over then if we're not going to, like, hook up and, like, cuddle and, like, be intimate with each other? And if that's what you don't want, that's fine. But, like, I think we should just, like, end it here then, respectfully, just because first date, that's fine. Like, you want to get to know each other, I'm all about that. But, like, I am looking to have that physical aspect there. And I don't want to continue seeing someone if I don't know if that's good, if that's not there or not. So, up to you. Let me know.
What?
I'm happy to, if you do want me to come over, I'm happy to do so. Would love to have a good time, and you know, we can have some wine, hang out, and chill. But if you're not trying to hook up, then, like, I think we should just go our separate ways. Let me know.
To my amazement, this voice memo...
If I'm being honest, bro, that man is a Hold on, y'all. Say Kim. Say Kim. Can you do me a big favor, big guy? Can you hold on to Satori for about 10 minutes? Got me? Thank you, big guy. You farted?
No.
Oh.
I didn't.
Okay.
Sorry.
Close the door behind you. Thank you, big guy. Alright. So, if I'm being 100% honest, he's a scumbag. Alright? Now, I don't know if she's going to say this. There's a difference with telling somebody, hey, you know what? I'm not looking for a relationship right now. I'm just trying to hook up. I'm just trying to have fun. If you cool with that, then we can keep it going. If not, it's okay. There's a difference with saying that, and there's a difference with saying, yeah, man, it's so cool hanging out with you, but I want to make sure we're sexually compatible before we keep it going. Basically, you telling her that there's light at the end of the tunnel for a relationship. Right at the end, his true intentions slipped up where he said, if you're just trying to and drink some wine, that's really his true intentions. All that other shit about being sexually compatible, that's word gymnastics.
Has completely divided the internet. One group of people say that this is honest, clear communication, or that he's just stating a boundary, and another group of people say that this is coercive. I have a lot of thoughts, so I'm going to share which of these two camps I fall into, but I also want to just more broadly talk about consent, hookup culture, and the way that boundaries show up very differently when we talk about consent to physical intimacy.
I know some of y'all probably steaming right now, like, no, He's letting her know what it is. He's keeping it up front. Bro, that voice memo was like him going to H&M to try on some clothes. I want to try you on to see if we a match. I want to try you on to see if I like it. All right, and then if you don't like it, then what? Move on to the next. On the second date, bro. Now, listen, bro, I'm all for keeping it 100. If he had worded that shit differently, if he had said, yo, I am not looking for a relationship. I'm just trying to have fun. There's a difference with saying that and making it seem like after you give me yourself, there's potential for us to have a relationship. This is clear manipulation.
Okay, so there were a few things that I found pretty noteworthy from the voice memo. First of all, I'm not so sure that I buy that this man is looking to date or looking for a romantic connection, and I'll explain to you why. He repeatedly uses the term hookup to describe what he's hoping to get out of this second date. He also uses terms like chill, have wine, which just kind of sounds not very meaningfully different from a booty call. Like, what makes this romantic exactly? Because to me, it just kind of sounds like Netflix and chill, which is fine if he's looking for something casual, I guess, but don't frame it as like romantic spark or date if what you're really looking for is a hookup. And the thing is, this guy claims that he can't get romantically invested in someone unless they're sexually compatible, but a lot of people, women especially, don't feel ready for physical intimacy unless there's already a romantic or emotional connection first. So then what do you do with that? It seems like there's an impasse where one person needs one thing to go further and the other person needs the exact opposite to go further. I would say for most people, a sexual spark naturally arises out of romantic connection. It's not something that you just like manufacture after meeting somebody one time. If you're emotionally and romantically connecting with that person, the sexual spark is naturally going to unfold. And
yeah, that's a fact, bro. If you want that poom poom to be good, you gotta create some form of intimacy. I'm not finna act like I'm an expert on the whole thing, but being married, I've heard my wife say this a lot. And at first, I used to be like, man, yo, bro, I be busy, bro. You see me? I'm out here trying to make us some money. I'm out here trying to do this, that, and the third. But you can tell the difference. You can tell the difference when you actually put in time, when you say something nice to her. You know what I mean? Y'all go out to dinner. Y'all hang out. Y'all spend time with each other. Y'all create that intimacy. The poom poom be different. I'm just throwing it out there. The poom poom be different. Okay? So, fellas, there's a heads up, bro. If you want it to be really good, because I'm not going to say shit trash. Like, it ain't trash. But if you want it to be mwah, chef's kiss, create some intimacy.
Compatibility is, at least in part, also about emotional connection. You know, there have been quite a few studies done on how, for women specifically, sexual compatibility is actually pretty hard to obtain in the context of hookups. And there are a lot of different reasons for that, because they don't really know this person as well, so they're not maybe as comfortable communicating what they want and don't want, because this person isn't as invested in pleasuring them, or so just invested in their own pleasure, because this person doesn't know their body or doesn't even really care to get to know what works for their body. So for women, sexual compatibility is something that's actually very hard to obtain in the context of a hookup. And this guy's word choices are actually indicative of someone deep in hookup culture, not somebody looking to date or looking for a relationship. Now, if I'm right that this guy is just looking for something casual, then what he's doing is absolutely antithetical to consent. He's framing sexual compatibility as something a woman must prove before he gets romantically involved with her, when really he doesn't intend to ever uphold his end of the bargain, which is the romantic involvement. Now, I hope that I'm wrong about this. I hope that he genuinely is interested in a romantic relationship and isn't pretending just to get this woman in bed. If that is the case, then it's a little bit more understandable. But if that...
You're not wrong. The way he framed that shit, he framed that as an ultimatum. He framed that shit like he's gatekeeping a relationship with her unless she becomes physical with him. He's a scumbag. Take that from a guy who has been out here in these streets, you know, who has... I've never done no shit like that. I've never done no shit like that. I've been real, though. I've kept it 100. Yo, me and my girl just broke up. I'm not looking for a new relationship. I'm just trying to chill. I'm trying to hang out. A relationship is not where I'm trying to go with it. I've kept that shit 100. I don't see nothing wrong with us being friends with benefits. You feel me? If you comfortable with that, I'm cool with being friends with benefits. I'm not trying to get back in another relationship. I've done that too. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. That's being honest. I'm not finna sit there and lead you on. I'm not leading you on, bro. I don't want you to expect some shit and then come back and I thought we was going. Nah, that's not what happened. Nah, have it been situations where it has probably went on too long and then the person probably got on some shit like, well, you know, it's been going on so long, I thought we forgot. You know what I'm saying? I thought that conversation we had before, that's null and void. No, it's the same thing. Your feelings just changed and your feelings just got stronger. That's the thing about hooking up, bro. You gotta, once you set them boundaries, once things start changing, like if you notice that this person is catching feelings, it is up to you to like cut that shit off. It's up to you to stop. Because once you keep, you know what I'm saying, you getting your kicks in and they thinking it's something else, it becomes a problem. It becomes dangerous.
That's the case, he needs to seek out a partner who also feels the same way, who feels like they struggle to get emotionally involved in the relationship unless they have assessed sexual compatibility first. He needs to find one of those people rather than try to convince a partner who clearly does not feel the same way. And it kind of sounds like the woman he sent this voice memo to does not feel that way because he literally said, I know you said I don't know about that. The that in question meaning like physical intimacy, that she's not sure about wanting physical intimacy yet. So he knows that she's reluctant. And I guess I'm just wondering, what was the point of communicating this then? If not to pressure her into changing her mind, if he already knows that she's reluctant to physical intimacy so early, why not end things straight away instead of telling her his expectation, which she has already communicated she's not ready to fulfill? Because think about it, what do you think would happen if they do end up meeting up after this voice memo? Let's say this woman really likes him, or maybe she's a people pleaser, so she says, you know what, yeah, okay, come over, we'll figure it out. And let's say that she's not 100% into it. She still doesn't feel 100% sure about him or about wanting physical intimacy yet, but she's already kind of agreed to his terms that, like, if I come over, we're going to have physical intimacy. Don't you think she's going to feel pressured?
The only how I see this being a thing is if, pause, if son got the schmeat, like, if son out here packing 13 inches and he be talking to girls and you know what I'm saying, they create a vibe, they get all close and stuff, and then when it's time to get intimate, she realized, oh no, we can't do this. They can't take the schmeat. Like that's the only how I can see this being a thing is you gotta find you a piece that fit. But even with that, bro, you guys just gotta be honest. You don't say it like that. You feel me? You gotta be honest. Hey man, my previous relationships, and I'm not trying to brag or I'm not trying to do this, that, and third, but my previous relationships, we have difficulty when it comes to the bedroom. And she would ask, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm such and such inches, and you know, it's painful for me to be intimate with my partner. And at some point in time, we're going to have to figure out if we're compatible sexually. And this is not going to be a problem for you. Because I would hate to be out here hurting people. That's the only how I could see this being a thing. Besides that, he's a scumbag. Besides that, he is trying to use manipulation tactics to get some buns by dangling a relationship over shorty head. A relationship that for sure he's probably not trying to dive into. That's how I look at that. Now y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. Some of y'all probably gonna call me a simp. You know, it's a lot of things y'all can say. But I don't see how the internet is in an uproar. Like you can tell his intentions. The longer you let somebody talk, they usually snitch on themselves. Right at the end, what did he say? Yeah, so we can drink some wine. The wild shit is, bro, I don't know about y'all, but I don't hit joints when they intoxicated.